tutorial about the programming zip file. So over in VS Code, we're going to insert the first two required files, setup.shell and testconfig.json. So for this zip file, we're also going to create testing.py and question1.py. So for question1.py, question1.py is going to be used for mapping user input. And testing.py is going to grade student code. And setup.shell is going to call test scripts. So when our invocation of an autograder starts, the first thing that we do is call setup.shell. And your setup.shell file is going to call your testing scripts. So for this example, we're going to do pytest testing.py. So within testing.py, we're going to grade student code, which means we're going to import any of the files or classes that we expect. So for this, we're going to expect some user input in question one. So we would import question one, any code from that, and then grade it. And depending on the results, we're going to write the results to testconfig.json. So in this file, we have two arrays that are required. One is the ignore array, which blocks files from student viewing and access. So we will put these files in here, as well as the testing file. We also are required to create a test array. Test array contains objects which contain the three required fields. Name, which requires a string. ID, which also requires a string, as well as total points, which is a number, which is how much this test is worth. So when you grade student code, at the end, you're going to grade and submit to this test how many points that the student earned. So depending on the test, they could earn 0 points, they could earn 2 points, they could earn 3 points. And then we also can include a string called output. Output is going to be shown to the user, and it can be an exception in the case that their code throws an exception. It can be test passed, any kind of message that you want to give for the student. But initially for test selection mapping, in the beginning, we're going to submit this code. So we can zip up this file here, output.zip, and go back and GoValuate, go into our demos course, create the zip file evaluation, and select a Docker environment, upload our zip file, and create this evaluation. So now we're going to create a programming question, which we'll see that we only can select question1.py because we ignored the other files. We can select the autograde test that we just wrote, save this. We can also preview it. This is what the student is going to see. They're going to see this file has this starter code in it, and they're going to, depending on the question, they're going to fill out this file, and you get to grade that when they click run tests. You are also able to test your zip file. So here you'll see all the questions associated with the certain test that you mapped right here on the edit page, and you can click test zip file and you can upload what you think to be a correct or incorrect zip file to test your grading scripts, to test the correct answers, etc. Thank you.